Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. It is time for some arethecisok. And just a heads up, I don't think the ones in these posts actually are okay. But, as always, before we get started, grab something to drink, grab some tea or some water, and then come back. You hydrated? Okay, good. Let's get started with this madness, shall we? This might actually be a good explanation on why nowadays games are so shit. Game developers then, some dudes with a 4.0 GPA, which is apparently the best one. I don't know, again, I'm not American, but game developers now, yes, a 0 GPA. Is that even possible? Is that possible? But I can't quite figure out why games are so shit now. Must be the microtransaction. Well, to be fair, I'm not a gamer either, but microtransactions or having to pay to make progress is still shitty. Listen, if you want to pay to get some special things in a game, that's cool, but you shouldn't have to pay to play the game, right? Like, if you buy the game, you shouldn't have to pay to make progress. You know? So I don't think this is why game developers or like games are suddenly shit, because I'm pretty sure there are still a lot of men with a 4.0 GPA in game development. You know? When you're the only straight person alive in 2023, first of all, it is not even 2023 yet, but even in a year, you're not even going to be the only straight person. What is this? Literally. I have no idea what this is talking about. It kind of seems like a song lyric or something. I'm not sure. The line, "Because I'm a girl," doesn't mean that he is a woman, but after realizing that he is a man, he affirms his pursuit of cuteness and says that he's a girl conceptually. There is meaning in being a girl instead of a woman, and in summary, Bridget is still a crossdresser, a man's daughter. Literally, why would anyone say they're a girl when they're trying to say that they want to be cute? Men can be cute. Being cute does not make you a woman or a girl. And literally, if someone's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a girl," why is your conclusion that they're a man? Make it make sense? I'd rather pee next to a trans woman than a bigot. Fair. Absolutely fair. Yes, clearly trans woman, because no biological woman would wee in that fantasy girly manner. I don't know one woman who puts her underwear down to her ankles when in a public toilet. Maybe trans women do, though. Apparently I read this yesterday. They have to open their legs wide to pee sitting down. TMI, I know. So that explains why they think we do. Okay, literally, why wouldn't you? I mean, literally, as long as the underwear isn't touching the ground. Who really cares? Who really cares? If you don't want to pull your underwear that far down, cool. If you do, apparently you're a trans woman now. I don't know what this logic is. It doesn't really make sense, actually, but we're moving on. Did you know all shrimps were born male, but slowly grown to females as they mature? Is this actually true, though? I don't know too much about shrimps. Is this true? Dear old Xavier thinks this is like TikTokers. Haha, so funny. Listen, I support trans women on TikTok. If you're funny, please just be funny, you know, or educational for that matter. But if you do both, let me know. I'll follow you. Did you enjoy school? Yes, male. No, male. Yes, female. No, female. Yes, European. No, European. Ah, yes, the three genders. Male, female, and European. Why did you put the European there? Is it just because you want a poll about Americans? And this way you want to make sure you exclude them. But this way, you know that everyone else is still going to say yes or no on the male and female one. Even if they're like Asian or something, they're still going to pick that and not European. So what? Again, I don't understand this logic. A woman is someone with a vagina and reproductive organs. Funny how I have a straight up answer, but you don't. Lol. Yes, because only female people or female animals have reproductive organs. Did you go to biology class? Because I know by reproductive organs you mean ovaries and a uterus, but you're aware that there are male reproductive organs. Anyways. Yes, another beautiful morning. What do I want to fight about today? This seems very are the straights okay? Which sort of broadly the same thing, because whenever we say are the straights okay or are the cis okay, it's always like the straight TMs or the cis TMs, because if you're cis or straight, cool, who really cares, right? Chill, I guess. But then there are these people in these posts, and those are the straight TMs or the cis TMs, and they're usually the same people. So listen, why do you enjoy picking fights with your partner? What is that? Computer science student when a female student accidentally enters the room. As a female in computer science, I can confirm this happens every time. Biological woman, I hope, not a so-called, you know. You can say trans woman, you know. You can say trans woman, it's fine. But literally, it's kind of a cliche that trans women are either like kind of sciencey or like into computer stuff. So I wouldn't actually be surprised if a trans woman walks into like a computer science class. Anyways, who are you? A boy, a girl, a ghost, or transgender? Well, what if I want to be a ghost and trans? Can I click both? Is it a pick as many as you want answers type thing? It is. It's a short film, and the straight girl kills herself in the end. It was shown at our school to give us an idea of how the LGBT community are oppressed in society. They're not oppressed at all. They even have special status. Can't even be made fun of like normal people. I love the, oh, I can't make fun of you, so you're not oppressed. I've never understood it. It still doesn't make sense, because there are jokes about trans people that are funny. You know? You just can't make fun of a group of people from a place of hate, because then it's not funny, then it's hateful. You know? I don't think I should say it because it's just so obvious, but I can't make fun of you, so you can't be oppressed. Because it makes sense, right? Okay, r/teenagers is usually kind of homophobic and transphobic, so I am not looking forward to this. But anyways, what do we feel about shit like this? Australian couple has banned their doctor from announcing their baby's gender in the delivery room. The baby will choose its own gender. Fair. Fair. Who cares? I mean, sure, doctors need to know the baby's sex if the baby's sick or something, because for some things it matters. But apart from that, who cares? If people want to raise their baby without gender, or like kind of gender neutral, I don't know what it's called. Either way, who really cares? If the baby wants to decide, you know, because all it is with babies is just, oh hey, you have a baby girl, okay, I'm gonna throw just like pink stuff and dolls at you. Or if it's a boy, I'm gonna throw like blue stuff and trucks and whatever at you. Generally, that type of thing. And honestly, who really cares? It's a kid. Let them just kind of choose what they want to play with, and if they're like old enough, what they want to wear. You know, You guide them, obviously, that's literally your job, but who really cares? Frequently purchased together. A shark. Good old Blaha shark. Trans flag and non-binary flag. I don't want to take sides. I just want the warmth of the fuzzy arethecisok. Sides? Like on human rights? See, you folk have an alarming tendency of taking a with us or against us stance. I don't judge, I don't make rules. You do you, your body, your life, your decisions. I'm happy if you're happy. But I'm not going to wear a rainbow flag in support, and neither am I going to chase you with the Bible or something. I just want to grill and cuddle a big soft chunk. Okay, who's stopping you from buying a shark? No one's stopping you from buying a plushie. Just because something is frequently bought together doesn't mean you have to buy a trans flag or something if you buy the Blaha. What? Why did she even bring it up in the first place? Because bringing it up if you don't care like you say you do seems weird. If you don't care what people do, then just buy the shark and go. Listen, what are you doing? Disney. Ah yes, infiltrating the kids with a gay, telling boys to wear skirts and girls to wear pants, and apparently kind of putting chains and stuff on the parents so they can't talk to their kids anymore. This comic is wild, to say the least. But yeah, apparently Disney out here brainwashing kids with the gay. Thank you, Disney. With thigh-highs, fishnets, crop tops becoming common for young guys, what else do you think needs to be added? Well, to be fair, I think pretty much most people would look good in thigh-highs, fishnets, and crop tops. So, I have no issue with this. And also, what do we want to add to that list? Honestly, I have yet to see a person who doesn't look good in like Doc Martens kind of style boots. You know, especially one with like platforms or like platform boots in general. Honestly, I think most people would look good in those. What's going on, man? Jordan Clarkson shit looks like an album cover. Okay, these outfits look really good. I want these outfits now. What's your point? I am a biological woman. I am white. I am straight. I am married and I am proud. I am seen as an enemy and I will not be silenced. Literally, who sees you as an enemy for any of the things you said? No one hates you. Well, okay, misogynists hate you for being a woman in general. Fine. But that's not the point you're trying to make. You're white, cool, straight, married, and proud. Literally, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Who's making you the enemy just on those things? If you are those things and act like a dickhead towards other people, then yeah, that's kind of an issue, right? But literally, who cares that you're straight or married and proud? Right? Like, what? Anyways. Now, someone got a message on Reddit. You're a girl with short hair. You'll never be a man. And you'll never be happy because you're too focused on other people's lives because your own life sucks. Yeah, it seems like such a cliche to be like, oh, you only, like, hate on other people because your own life is so sad. But honestly, I'm yet to see a case where it isn't true. Where it isn't coming from a place of either just being insecure or just being bored with their own life or just unhappy because they don't know how to change their own life because for whatever reason, really. So they do just take it out on other people because literally, if you're happy with your life or if you're focusing on your life or improving your life if you're not happy with it, do you really go around hating on other people? Right? What are you doing? A nice razors ad. Don't leave your son in college with Harry's, Gillette's, or other woke razors that wants to trim off the gender you signed him at birth. Literally, The curriculum is woke, the razor doesn't have to be. Okay, I don't think these razors are available in Germany. I'm pretty sure I could order them over the internet, but I will never do that. Okay, I'm losing brain cells. We're moving on. In an independent study, 32 humans tried C-drip. Humans used as a gender-neutral term or non-binary alternative to humans. Are we really doing this? Cis people, after adding an X to every word to make it inclusive of non-binary people. I have a hard time reading this. The implication that these people think human doesn't include non-binary people is kind of telling. Girl, help, I'm performatively inclusive? Performatively inclusive. Honestly, this is really hard to read. Literally, human might be the most inclusive term you can use for this. Why would you add an X to make it inclusive? Because literally, you can say humans, it's fine. Disney goes full woke again. Yes. Honestly, I'm considering boycotting Disney. We don't need message movies, we need wholesome entertainment for our kids. I'm not even sure what Disney has done this time. Is it still about the trans man in Baymax? Because literally, it's like a 10-second scene, who really cares? Because I know a lot of trans kids are gonna care, because it's just gonna make them happy to see anything resembling themselves. But I've seen so many more right-wing people just go off on it because it's woke agenda and we're pushing it down everyone's throat, even though it's like a 10-second segment at most. In how many episodes does the show have? Anyways, yes. The overall argument basically summed up in 2 comments. Probably just blatant transphobia taking away their ability to do grammar. Better than trans acceptance taking away their ability to understand biology. Literally, again, trans people understand biology. That's kind of the point. To be like, hey, this is the sex I was assigned. But that's not what this doesn't feel right. This is not the gender I identify with. They're not standing there and being like, if you have a trans woman, they're not gonna say, oh, I was born with a female sex, because they know that's not true. What do you... Yeah, anyways. Your parents must be so disappointed of you. You will never be a woman. Get some help from a psychologist or psychotherapist. The fact that you have to tell me this makes me feel like more of a girl than anything else. Cope and seethe. You're aware that most trans people generally do actually end up going to psychologists and psychotherapists and psychiatrists and what have you, because they literally have to if they want to transition. And I also fail to see how that is a bad thing. Okay, I know I just came for r/teenagers. R/memes might not be a lot better, but they better be ready for it. Kids in 2050 in English class when they have to learn all the pronouns. Honestly, I feel like history class is gonna be worse. Because, well, I mean, just look at everything going on. History, politics, I feel like that's just gonna be way worse. These shirts are always a nightmare. Just always. I get my attitude from my freaking awesome dad. He has a backbone made of steel and a heart made of gold. He has anger issues, a serious dislike for stupid people. You hurt me and they'll never find your body. And yes, he bought me this shirt. I have nothing to say to this. These shirts are always weird, and I'm not sure if they're getting weirder or if I'm just getting more annoyed. You a man or woman? Make up your mind, bud. That's a funny way of saying hi. Again, why do you care so much? If you look at a person's profile on a dating app, and you can't tell if they're a man or a woman, but you know you're only interested in one or the other, or if you know you like really feminine women and really masculine men, if you're like bi or something, then don't like, accept that profile, or what are you doing? Like, why do you care so much about random people? Who is this on the right? Because they look really good. It kind of looks like, I don't know how many of you are European and remember Conchita Wurst, whatever, from the Eurovision Song Contest in like 2015 or 16 for Austria. This is what it looks like. I'm not sure who this person is, but literally, again, who cares? Oh no, people are free to do whatever they want. How awful. The straights. The gays are too sensitive and emotional. Man pleads guilty to threatening to bomb Merriam-Webster offices over gender definitions. You can't really throw a fit over genders and people demanding respect for their gender and then threatening to blow up places just because they included some definitions or some shit. That's not oversensitive and emotional at all. Ah yes, boys will be boys, or so they say, but I'm raising my boy to be a man one day. Shouting is not nice and kicking hurts. Nobody likes their face in the dirt. So boys that fight, kick, and shout will be boys that sit in time out. Kind of appreciate the rhyme, actually. Girls are made of sugar and spice, or so they say, but I'm raising my girls to be ladies one day. When whining and being sassy is not nice, and maybe next time you'll think twice, because little girls who throw a fit will be little girls who have to sit. Someone posted this saying that, to be honest, all toddlers are sassy as frick, not just girls. Fair. Toddlers literally just say the wildest things. But, you know, the general rules of this seems kind of fair. Like, you don't want your kids to hurt other people or throw fits, because you want them to be able to handle their emotions in a healthy way and communicate them in a way that doesn't hurt them or others. But still, was it really necessary to gender these chairs like this? Anyways, when you're on estrogen, you know, I never know if these are real anymore. It's me and my boyfriend, because people like to joke we look like gender swaps of each other. You know, there's a whole page of people being like, okay, siblings or dating, and it's so tricky to tell. It is so difficult to tell sometimes. But literally, this is kind of also an example of trans jokes just not being funny. r/hold up. Maybe I should have just said Reddit is a place that is kind of very wildly homophobic and transphobic. I don't know. Either way, a new form of clownery is born. The less religion there is in the world, the more rational and intelligent people become. It's good religion is declining. Pregnant men. I really don't see the point. Especially, what is this flare, big dong energy? I'm not sure what kind of energy this is giving, but it isn't that. Someone replied to your comments in r/startupex. You're depressed, have BPD, and a pretend man. There is no way I can be more pathetic than you are. You're literally leaving hate comments for someone. I'm not sure there is anything more pathetic than that, because literally there's some stranger on the internet. Why? But honestly, I'm gonna lose my shit if this is a trans woman. Because saying this to a trans man just to be rude is a dickhead move. But it would be very classically transphobic if you can't tell someone's gender and just keep thinking that trans women are actually trans men. So like the opposite, because it keeps happening. But anyways, okay, this seems very much like a masculinity Saturday post. Taking a girl out of her masculine era and into a soft feminine era is a flex. That means you bring her real peace. What the hell does that even mean? What is that? What does that even mean? Literally? Maybe you shouldn't be with a partner to change them. Maybe you should be with someone because you like them for who they are. Listen if she, or like if your partner in general, if they change and if you kind of like grow in the same direction, really Cass, that's cool, right? But what is this, what? Anyways, this is the reason I'm glad I'm not straight, because this just seems weird. What do I care if my girlfriend is masculine or feminine, or in a masculine or feminine era, whatever the hell that means? Because, hint, most people aren't exclusively masculine or feminine. Who really cares? Who really cares? If something makes someone happy, does it really matter if it's masculine or feminine? No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. Okay, I'm moving on. Because otherwise, I'm gonna get mad. Madder. Anyways. The nurse. Ah, congratulations, you gave birth to a little girl. The non-binary newborn. What did you just call me? Haha, funny. But listen. Kids have no concept of gender. Which is why the idea of raising them like gender neutral is kind of appealing, because who really cares, right? Because they're too young to understand what it means anyway. And honestly, I just think shoving people in general in a box, or just like raising kids in a way that's like, oh no, you're a girl, you're not allowed to do these things because you're a girl. Like, you're not allowed to play with toy cars. It's absolute bullshit. If your kid wants to play with toy cars and it makes them happy, and they're not getting hurt in the progress because they're throwing them around, who really cares what their gender is or what their sex is? You know? Are you ready to order, ma'am? Ma'am, did you just assume my gender? You cisgender, male, oppressive, bigoted scum. I identify as a 1997 Ford Focus. I'm transmission. I'm yet to see a person, trans or otherwise, pull their underwear down in the middle of a restaurant. And I'm really glad I haven't seen that. But anyways, this kind of makes it halfway to funny just because it is so absurd. But it's still the same recycled, haha, I am an attack helicopter joke. So it's still not funny. But you kind of get like a half point for creativity because you didn't go for the helicopter route. You at least went for a Ford Focus. But still, honestly, this hairstyle though is just cool. Reddit sees a happy trans woman with a family and finds a way to shit on her. Press E to revive the dad's happiness. Ah yes, because obviously the only reason he looks different in the second picture is because he's unhappy with his daughter's transition. They're literally taking a family photo together. He must be supportive in some way. You do realize this, right? Maybe it's just COVID going on. And maybe he's just exhausted from dealing like dickheads like you who keep trying to shit on his daughter. Listen, who really cares? Because honestly, this is really cute. This is one of the pictures, like if I would have just seen these two pictures, because that's this picture of the family at the beach, right? Like from when they were kids and then like way later. And I just looked and I was like, oh, this is a cute family, because it didn't even really click that one of them was like trans and a different gender. I just looked at it and was like, oh, that's a cute family picture. And I'm like, oh my god, I love it when people recreate them because it's always funny. Or it's just really cute in that case. And it didn't even really click. And I don't think without the context it would have clicked on this one either. I was just like, oh, family Christmas picture. Not the most interesting picture to recreate really, but okay. Anyways, I can't take any more of this. I need to go to sleep soon, and if I read more posts, I will just get more agitated. Because it always like builds. Like in the beginning it's always fine, but then it just keeps building. So, we're gonna end it here. I'm gonna go drink some water now. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't drink enough today either. I hope you had your water or your tea or whatever. And I will see you in 3 days with my next video.